Let's say, for example, I want to go a little bit down of this column. Okay, what I do, I will go to the floor plan or share 3D view, whatever it may be. I'm going to select all columns, or else if you select one column, right click, select all instance in view, visible in view. If you take it, all columns will be selected. It's a similar to, I mean, select similar in order.
Yes.
So I selected here. After that, I am going to give the base offset as -500. Means I am going down below 500. So let's say enter or apply whatever. Now if you see elevation, you can see 500 mm came down. Okay. So what is the command I used for the dimension? I'm going to delete it. See, go to annotate, align dimension. Can you see the shortcut DI?
Yes.
Yeah, now what I'm doing directly DI. Instead of going to the annotation and dimension, DI. That's it. I will get the dimensions 1, 2, 3 to measure it. Okay. And I'm going to the 3D view. Now I want to place a foundation for this column. Below the 500,
Yes.
I want to place a foundation. When you place a foundation, always foundation will go to the bottom of the column. You may ask one doubt. So actually in the real construction, first we will put the foundation. Above the foundation, we will place the column. That is the process, correct? Here, what we are doing, we placed the column first, then we are placing the footing. Little bit reverse direction, because to utilization of the software properly. Okay, let's say now I go to the structure. Where is my foundation is there? Go to the foundation. Here you can see the isolated. Okay, isolated means nothing but a foundation. If you select it, so now I'm selecting the column, right? I will use add column. If you select the column, finish, it will go down. What happened to you? This is level which we selected in the first floor. If we change into the basement, it will go down. Just I changed the elevation. Okay, so now I'm going to delete it. I will go to the basement in the floor plan. Okay, now I am going to the isolate. Okay, here I will select my size of the foundation or footing. Let's say now I want to select 2.4, 1.8 and 58. Nothing like a rectangular box. I'm going to select here my level. Can you see where I am placing the level? B means basement. I will go to the intersection of the column. If I place it, automatically it will go down. To check it, I will use the section. I will go to the section here, or I can go to the view section here. Anything is okay. This is a quick menu. Here I will go to the section. Let's say 1, 2. Okay, 2 lines. And when you select the section, you can see the hidden lines. Can you see this side? This is our depth of the section. How far you can see depth of the section. Let's say now I increased this the depth after columns and select the section. Go to right click and go to view. Now you can see the column here. I mean foundation here. Can you see? If you go to the shaded, you can understand here. Again, I'm going to the basement floor. I want to place all my footings at the columns. Go to the structure, column, sorry, not column, structure. I'm going to the foundation, isolate. Okay. Now I will take at columns. I can use that grid or I can use that column. I'm going to select that column. I will select all columns wherever I want to place. Okay. If you want to add the things, I will use the control. Use the control button to add to selection. If you want to remove, use the shift button. Same like AutoCAD, right? Control and shift.
Yes.
Now I go to the finish. Okay. Now you can see. If you go to the 3D view, now you can see the all fittings. Now I want to change my footing size for this column 2.4 1. Instead of this one, I want to create new one. Select the footing, go to edit tab and duplicate, create whatever you want. I want to create 3000 by 3000 by height is, let's say 500 or else 800. Okay, here I will change my foundation thickness to 800, width is 3000, length is, understood? Offline? No, now you can change. If you want to use a match property, okay, this is the foundation, this is the column. Okay, now I want to change the by using the match property. I will go to the modify, I will go to the modify command, the modify clipboard, match property, MA, source, target, wherever you want you can change match property. Clear? So like this we can place the footings and columns. Yeah, understood? If you want to see 3D view in orbit, okay, now we can understand what is orbit. So let's say, for example, if I use a shift button in the keyboard and the mouse scroll button, hold the mouse scroll button, if you rotate the screen, it will orbit. It will give the orbit for the total project. But I want to orbit only selected object. Just to select one object, do the orbit. Orbit will rotate whatever selected object. Along with, let's say I want to select this one. So you can see here. If you rotate everything, it will rotate everything. If you select a specific point, it will rotate along this specified point only. Orbit. Okay. Hold the shift key and scroll button in the mouse. Right. Now I want to switch off these levels. Go to visibility graphics. Before that, I want to check the what is the layer here, category. Select it. Levels. Can you see? Levels. I will go to the visibility graphics, annotation category, and the level. Why I am choosing annotation category here? So we have the model category and annotation category. Model means 3D object, solid object. Annotation means 2D object, line kind of the information. So whatever line kind of the information like grids, levels, dimensions will available in the annotation category. Just go and select it. Levels. Can you see now? And save. Here I am going to add one small command. I'm going to the floor plan. Okay, let's say I want to see only these 4 columns and foundation in 3D view. What I mean is I want to see the selected object in the 3D view. If you go to the view and 3D view, entire floor plan we can see as a 3D view. But I want to see only selected objects in the 3D view. If you observe carefully, when I select the object, what are the changes are happening in the menu? I'm getting the modify command. Beside the modify command, I'm getting the view command. If you go to the view, here you can see the one command called selection box. Very, very important. And if you want, you can note down this. Selection box. What are the objects are selected? It will give the 3D view. Just go to the selection box. Now you can see only selected object in 3D view. Okay. This is nothing but a 3D section. You can extend, you can decrease, okay? You can do whatever you want for this box. This box name we are calling as a section box. We used selection box command, okay? So when we use a selection box command, this 3D view getting cut by section box. Can you remember selection box and section box? Now I want to see total view. I will go to the property. Here I will remove the section box. Just remove it. You can see total. Select object, go to the 3D view. Okay. And now you can see the, so if you remove it, everything we can release. Let's say directly I can go to the section box, click it. Now you can adjust whatever you want. Let's say I want to adjust like this. I want to see up to this and up to this. Becomes. For the checking point of view, it will very useful. This is the view command. Section box, selection box. Okay. It's clear. What is the selection box? What is the section box? Section box is to cut the 3D view. Selection box is you can see the selected object in the 3D view. Very simple. Got it?
Got it.
Yeah. Now I'm going to remove it. Okay. Now I'm in the basement floor. After foundation, okay, I want to place my plinth beam. So where I need to place a plinth beam, just let's say for example, I'm going to the section, go to view. See here I have the basement and my foundation is below the column. Now I want to place my plinth beam in the basement. At this level, I want to draw my plinth beams, or else I want to draw my plinth beam in the ground floor. Wherever you want to draw the plinth beam, we need to go to that particular drawing or particular level. Let's say if it is the basement, I will go to the basement. I will draw my plinth beams here. Wherever we want to work, we should go in the particular drawing or particular area. Now, just I am diverting. If you see the selection box, what we said, this is our range of the section, correct? How much you want to see, you can see it. This range we are calling as a par clip offset. Can you see par clip offset? If you reduce, let's say to 100, it will decrease. If you increase to 1000, it will increase. 3000, 2000, anything you can make it, or else you can use a manual. If you cut up to this, you can see up to the particular area only. Let's say for example, if I want to reduce up to this, I can see only footings. Right click, go to it. No columns. This is the range, how much we can see. If you do up to this, you can see total things. This is a par clip range. Can you remember? This is useful to check the sections and check the 3D views to navigate our model properly. So now we are in the 3D. Now I will go to the basement or ground floor. Here I will draw my plinth beam. Now we have done foundation, we have done columns. Then next is the beams. Okay, I want to switch up this layer. So let's say for example, I want to switch up this layer. What I need to do? Go to the visibility graphics, annotation and elevation, switch off. Instead of doing all this exercise, I will use the shortcut. select it, VH, visibility graphics, hide. Understood? VH, Control Z, select the object, VH, selected gadget category will switch down. If you want to come down, come back, go to VG, annotation category, and elevations. It is switch on. Okay, select it, VH. Like this. Now I am going to go fine and shade it for the better visibility. Now I am going to draw my beams. Okay, I will go to the structure. Here I will use the beam. When I click the beam, here you can see the different kind of the beams, steel beams and the concrete. Now we are working on the concrete, so I use the any one of the concrete beam. But I want to change my concrete beam size. Okay, let's say 1000 by something or 500 by 800 like this. I will go to edit type, duplicate. I create 500 by let's say 800. Here I will give the width is 500, depth is 8. I will give as it is. Apply. Okay. Here I will draw by using the draw commands between column to column or intersection to intersection. Okay. Generally, now I am going to draw from intersection to intersection one beam. So before doing this activity, we need to check our reference level. Always we need to check our level where we are placing, at what height we are placing. So very, very important reference plane. And then first point, second point, this corner beams I draw. I will go to the C3D view like this, selection. Can you see which level I place? Okay, if you see this is the beam and this is the beam. Sometimes what we do in some project, we have to stop the column below the bottom of the beam. Can you understand what is my meaning? Sometimes in some project, we stop column below the beams. What is the depth of the beam? This is 800 mm. Okay, then I will select my column, go to the top offset. From top to bottom, I am giving the top offset as a -8. See, now this is, now you can trim it, modify, trim to corner 1, select like this, already is connected, so not it, yeah, like this. If you want to change the top offset for the column, select the column and change the top offset. If we make it 0, it will become 0. Okay, so here we need to draw the columns from center to center. Now here we can do one thing. Let's say select create similar, means same type of object we need to draw. Select from here to here, I can draw only single beam. If you select like this, it will select as a single entity. This is the not correct way to draw the beams. Just we have to draw column to column, because if I want to change some size in between, I can select, I can change directly like this. Okay, select it, create similar, center to center. Okay, center to center, center to center, or you can copy like this, or else I am going to select all like this. I go to the filter. Now I will use the structural framing, just frame, check none, and whatever you want, select it. Okay. Now we can do the copy, multiple, constant means straight ortho on. So take here, So when you select, when we see this double-headed magenta color arrow means it's the ortho on. If you move a little bit, so because it's constrained, so that we are getting the ortho on. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to draw this. Create similar, or else I will go to the structure, select the beam size, whatever you want. Draw center to center. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now I want to copy this column. Select, filter, check none. Okay. Structural framing. Okay. Copy, multiple, and constraint. Constraint means straight ortho on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now see the 3D. I'm going to remove the section box. Can we do now? And if you see and if you observe the things in the between, we are getting a small orange color and green color lines are there. Okay, can you observe orange color, green color lines? These are the analytical lines. Let's say, for example, I want to switch off all model category. Go to the VG, then model category, show model categories in this view. If I remove this tick, everything will get disabled and switched off. And here we can see the only analytical model. These lines we can use for the design of our structure. Okay, let's say for example, what I do, I will export these lines by going to the file, export any format, DWG, DXF, DGN, any other softwares. Let's say now I want to use my calculations by using the Start Pro. Okay, Start Pro from the Bentley support the DGN format. So I will export into the DGN format. I will use the same lines for the calculation. Okay, this is the advantage with the analytical lines, or else we will not use these things. Just I will switch off lines, analytical, and models I will switch. Just for understanding, I explain. Now I have the columns, footings, and beams. Now I will go to the basement. Okay, so now I will select all things. I go to the filter. Now I want to select only my columns. How many columns are there? 35 columns are there. All these 35 columns I want to copy from basement to the first floor or ground floor, right? So I will select by filter by column and I will go to the clipboard. Here you can see the copy. Just I will click copy. So it will save in the clipboard. Then let's say for my understanding, I'm going to the 3D view. So I selected these columns. I copied it to the clipboard. Now I will go to the paste, align to the selected levels. Let's say now I want to place this column in the ground floor. I will select the ground floor. Now okay. See what will happen here. When you see some part of the column came into the below column because it has the base offset as minus 500. Now what I do, I will remove 0, 2 and 0 both. So now everything is perfect. If we go to the switch on the levels, now you can see the levels. Front view, see. In the same way, I want to copy my beams. Select all, filter, check none. Now I am going to use the framing. Total 58 beams are there. Select it. Okay. All these 58 reference plane is ground floor. I want to copy ground to first floor. Go to the copy, align to selected. Any level you can select. I'm going to ground to first. At a time we can go. Can you remember this exercise?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.